Hey, welcome to this Field of Glory 2 gameplay video. If you love Field of Glory 2, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Well, hey, welcome. It's time to play some Field of Glory 2 multiplayer. This is game 3 of Richard Yorke's and I's series of Field of Glory 2 battles. We do potluck. We just ask the server to pitch us a couple of armies and we play. As you can see, I am playing the late Pictish against Vikings in Ireland. Yeah, this ought to be really fun. I think Richard is highly entertained that I get to take all of these medium infantry goobers against his heavy infantry army. It ought to be highly entertaining. So, what I'm going to do is what I normally do, just my normal habit. I will not drag you through my ruminations and thinking and squirreling around, unlike Richard, and you need to go watch some of Richard's videos. The link to his channel is in the description below. But unlike Richard, I take some time to think and set an army up, and so I can't just slap it on the board and get moving in a timely fashion to keep you entertained. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, please do check out Richard's channel. You will not regret it, I promise. And we're going to pause this for just a moment for you, and I don't know, it might take me all morning to figure this out, and be back in just a moment. Well, okay, we're just about ready to go. I thought to do something a little more informational. Let's show the army that's possible here. We could have a couple of noble cavalry. We can have a lot of javelin horse. I've chosen not to bring much of it. You have a whole lot of Pictish spearmen if you got enough points. Light archers, light javelin. Now, I'm not real sure. I think there's more than one Viking list. It's not something I'm very familiar with, but I think there is more than one Viking list. So I'm not real sure what he's bringing. The Viking list I've played is full of a bunch of heavy infantry and is pretty inflexible. The problem I have is I don't think we can stand up to him in a straight up fight. So we got to play some tricks. To get a little tricksy, and try to draw him off balance and surround units and cut him up before he just pushes us off the map. So I expect he'll have light infantry. I know the list I've played has a half dozen light archers. He'll have at least that. Gosh, I'm sitting here watching this and I haven't even seen this hill yet. Look at the big ass hill. God almighty, it's a tall one. And it's all open ground on a little rough ground up there. So I've got my all but one light javelin, which I sacrificed to pick up a second light cavalry. What I'd like to do, I'm setting these guys back a ways. What I'd like to do is draw his lights in. He'll have cavalry, I don't know how much. He can mount Huscarls. And quite honestly, he could be really threatening with them. I think in these lists, the mounted Huscarls are a bit overrated, but that's just an opinion. I think, and again, this is from memories of years ago, and perhaps I'm wrong. I ought to pull out the old books, the old wargaming books, and take a look and see what they said about this thing. But I had a feeling it's kind of more like mounted infantry. But believe me, in this game, they're cavalry, and they're very good. It would be good to draw his lights and maybe, just maybe, some of his cavalry into here well ahead of his infantry line and try to cut it up. So these guys are up forward with the intent of falling back briskly if they need to. And we've got a little tiny light javelin horse ambush. I'm not sure that will be particularly effective, but we'll see. These guys are back a ways. I may push them forward and again be willing to fall back to try to off-foot him. Try to set it up that I get the first charge, or maybe just take advantage of this rough ground and hill here to make taking him, the units that he hits here uh, at a disadvantage. We're just going to have to play it depending on how aggressive he gets. He'll have berserkers, which also means I need to preserve these guys. I need to use them, but they can't be sacrificed because there are going to be some units that need to be shot up. And I'm sitting here twitchy with the map again, aren't I? I need to stop that, Lord. Anyway, that's the way I see this right now. I said, I'm not sure which list he's going to have. I guess there's one way to find out. Let's hit the accept button, and let's look at this again. Maybe we ought to. That doesn't center him up. This centers him up a little bit, huh? We have to go here. Yeah, this is playing around the margins. Yeah, center him up like that. So we, oh, and I know why. Somehow I had a light archer unit end up over here. Oops. Light javelin, light archer, light javelin, light archer, light javelin, light archer. Let's archer up a little bit over here. That gives us a little bit of ability to step back, still shoot, and maybe bounce out of here. Any other screw-ups I made? It all looks good. It all looks good. I need to change my ability to rotate the map because I'm making myself crazy. Preview enemy options. What does that mean? Oh, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea. Oh, oh, that's very sad. That's very sad. Protected. Okay, these guys I know. Heavy foot. Heavy foot. That's very bad. That's very bad. He's got clearly a better list. Well, you fight with the army you have. Let's go. I can add 2 more generals. Well, that's one thing I didn't do. I'm going to pause this thing and take care of that. Okay. We're set. We've got our generals set up, our commands set up. I'm not real happy with the commands, but sometimes you can only do so much. Okay, so this command is here. This command is here. You can see the general's area of command. This is a really good general. He's got that area of command. He's also very good. What I'm going to have to remember is not to move these lights with a group commander. These guys who are in ambush will reveal themselves, and that would be unfortunate. So what do you say we go ahead and end the turn and see what he's brought? Confirm. And I managed to screw up and put that guy over there. I picked him up and moved him. Well, I guess he'll just have to run over there. I can't believe I did that. All right. Kearns. He's working this flank real heavy. This ambush may not work because of that, since he's offset from this rough ground. I should have noticed that. Really, that puts us in a situation where maybe the thing to do is rush for this hill. That might have been the ticket. Rush for this hill. We might not. I don't know if we can make it now, quite honestly. We're too far back. We are too far back. I don't know if I've done well here. I don't know that I've done well. We may have to just stick with our plan and hope. I think trying to shift that suddenly is probably not too smart. And this was just dumb. Just dumb. Picked him up and moved him before I hit the button. Okay, well, there you go. What do you say we go straight to the next turn?
I'd say there's about 2 to 1 in favour in this game, just because of the army mix and the way it's going. But you know what? I'm not giving as much hell as I can. Let's go. Even with this screw up out here, God, that was a mistake. me. What I really need him to do is something silly. I really need him to just come on out here and get after me. Chapman, I really wanted a lot of archers down here. I have screwed that up. What I can do this as well. I think we're going to straighten this out. How far are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he could, for 1, 2, 3, 4, he can bring archers into range next round. So, I think what I shall do is turn, he can head that way. He can go that way and get in position next round. We're just going to see if we can encourage him to stick those fangs out just a little bit too far. Which is an awfully good plan. And the truth is, I'm bound him a couple of times. And I suspect, as good as he is, that these simple little stratagems of mine are going to fail. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to get him to insert a bunch of guys in here and let this little comrade horse back here jump out and bite him. It would be really wonderful if he would send these guys forward along with these guys and get in here so I can press forward and try to cut up a part of his army before this crowd shows up. I got some beachfront property here in Las Vegas to sell. Anybody that believes that Richard's going to fall for it? So, anyway, my plan is exactly that, though. We'll get another opportunity. We're going to try to tempt him into overextending himself. Then these guys can jump forward if necessary and still have their flanks kind of covered, which is given that he has these cones to play with. I don't feel too good about it. Top button. What was I saying before I cracked my bones out? These guys can jump forward to try to get a first charge, or I can fall back to break up his plan for a first charge. People really easily get irritated with these guys and charge them with other units. I don't know. We'll try to suck one back into here. We're ready to move forward. Heck, if nothing else, I can stand on top of this hill right here, which would give at least one unit a really good chance, at least a better chance at standing against a disrupted heavy infantry unit trying to attack in a rough ground up here. The second unit is here to try to snap up anything that pushes through, but given that they are so unmaneuverable, that's going to be the Legionnaires would be the question about it. So of course the cavalry will add to anything in the center, to the flank or whatever, where they are needed. That will be inspiration. Okay, I've chatted on loud enough with my other moves I intend to make. Next time, real soon now.
Well, okay, here we go. Yes, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. He's not going to fall for it. No, he's not. Oh, well, what can you do? Let's see something here. Toggle line of sight. Toggle line of fire. That's what I thought. So 1, 2, 3, and we are getting. Well, that's javelinmen. We're archers. Javelinmen, archers, archers, and Those are javelin men. But he's not archers. Yeah, it's time to continue with my. Oops. We're going to keep playing the same little game. I don't think it's going to work. What did I just do? Yep, do there, turn around. Move there, turn around. Move there, turn around. If he hasn't figured this out by now, I'd be shocked, absolutely shocked. Oh, you guys need to turn around. All right, I think I've got everybody facing correctly. Yes, yes, it's here's what I see happening. We overlap him a bit here. He needs to be concerned about that, but he's got a second line which ought to be able to deal with it. Here he can push right through. He overlaps me a bit. If he is wise, if he is smart, and I think he is both those things, he will steadily advance and he will simply push through me. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting. This little light cavalry thing here, it's technically I've set up an ambush from there. I don't think he can see them. He will discover them scouting with his lights. That won't work out well for us. And we are going to get beaten somewhere in this vicinity. When he gets close, we'll push forward, we'll withdraw, we'll do whatever whatever we have to do. But I'm willing to pull this back all the way back to here before I shove them forward to get engaged in the skirmish game. By then, that's 2 turns. By then, his line will at least be in here and possibly in here, and we will be well and truly committed. Okay, much different than the previous 2 games. I don't have my lovely cavalry. I can't pull off any fancy tactical tricks. It's just going to come down to the push. And quite honestly, these guys ought to beat my brains out. But we shall see. Hey, stick around next turn in just a moment. Well, okay, here we go. Oh, look at him running up, grabbing that high spot. That's okay. We're not going to go anywhere near it. Really, our problem here is his ability to just push through us. They've spotted the light cavalry I have stashed. Okay, well, so much for that idea. So much for that idea. Seemed like a good idea at the time, didn't it? Yeah, seemed like a good idea at the time. So I think the thing to do is perhaps to ride out here. Oh, that didn't work. And still can't turn. Can't turn. I can't get my guys to maneuver. Let's try this guy. One of them is bound to be able to get up here. Either that or we just run way out. Yeah, this. I just knew he was going to smoke this. Javelinman. Yeah, it's just not good. These guys need to be disrupted before we have much of a chance. to really tear them up. So, well, with the whole pipe dream of a light cavalry ambush now completely shot, I think the thing to do might be to just go ahead and float them out here to the flank and see if I can distract some of his lights and just play the skirmish thing. I'll get shot up. It'll hurt. It'll hurt for a little bit. I'm really struggling with. The problem is this turn that they have to make out of here means they don't have any action points left for another turn if they get too far out here. Yeah, they can do that. That. And if he wants to come after us, he'll come after us and we'll have a fight over here. Meantime, let's look at our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, and we're all in a bunch of shooting. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He outnumbers us in lights. Yay! Which tells me that I don't want to play out there. So once again, 1, 2, that's javelinmen. Javelinmen. Archers are there. Archers are there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get here and turn around? No. So he's going to catch us if. But you know what? I got 2 archers here. Anything he brings up to shoot. Well, he's got archers there. He's kind of done what I've done, hasn't he? He split the archers and javelinmen up. If we fall way back, he can't hit us. He's got to come further into this bit. So just because we can't turn around doesn't mean that we don't want to fall back. We're going to continue our obvious reluctance to play out there. And nobody's committed to anything but a straight up fight right now. This flank is threatened. This flank is secure. Really going to be interesting to see which way he goes with this. I can be, if I were him, I'd be very tempted to roll this way, even though this is in the way. Very tempted to roll this way. Over here, he's got to go too far. And he can extend this line. He could basically refuse his left and try to punch me here. I'm not used to, I'm just talking a bunch here, but this is the way I think about the game. I'm not accustomed to playing with armies that are difficult to use and execute maneuvering stratagems. I got all these maneuverable guys, and once you put them down on the table, it's tough to change this dynamic. So it's kind of like playing. The setups are like playing cards against each other blindly, and then you go, oh, there's how things are going to break, plus or minus a bit. The idea of having an ambush here was on the, I think they're hidden, but apparently they aren't. So we're going to go over here and do what my friendly and kind opponent calls shenanigans. We won't count for much, and as long as I don't lose these guys, I don't care. Okay, well, there it is. Enough. Stick around. Another turn here in just a moment. And here we go. that's interesting. They just, they're coming on nice and deliberately. All right, well, we don't want anything to do with that. No, sir. Well, I have a choice here. It's kind of a who cares, but we can easily, well, not so easily. This guy could come out here and engage him. This guy can't get there because of this guy's zone of control. Nicely done, Richard. Which leaves me engaging these archers in the woods, which is kind of a losing pitch, I think. Oops, wrong guy. 2 to 12. 2 to 12. And that's just not going to upset those guys much. Out here, 4 to 14. And well, yeah, my light cavalry is basically neutralized. It's one of the reasons I could have brought like a half dozen of the damn things. I just couldn't figure out a role for them other than riding around and, irritating people. What I needed was more bodies over here. So, as much as I like what my good friend Richard calls shenanigans, I don't see a whole lot of opportunity for it here. All right, so I need to concentrate these guys somewhere. I either run away with them completely. Let's just get clear of this mess and continue being the threat, a threat of some consequence in being. Or this guy, if I go to there, this guy can move out and shoot no matter what I do. Yeah, seizing that little patch of woods was a pretty good idea. That was a pretty good idea. He can go there. No, he cannot go there. He cannot go there. Neither of them can quite make it to the built-up areas. I'm not sure why I'd even care about going to the built-up areas, other than, gosh, what can I do here? Run back in the woods here. That might be cool. Drawing him off in that direction. Can you get there? I can't get there in turn. I had the wrong guy selected anyway. Nope, they can't do that. They can't do that effectively. Boy, this is when you wish you had horse archers. Just run out here and shoot up that cavalry. It just doesn't want to work. It just doesn't want to work. Nicely done, Richard. Just a couple of light infantry units. And my options with the one maneuver element that I have to do something with are extremely limited. He did not close. All right. Step down the line. And back over here. This is ridiculous. I'm spending so much time worrying about two lousy light cavalry units. Well, we'll toy with them a bit more. Let's see what options we have. He can turn there. And bet you he can't turn if he goes there. Nope. If he goes there, he can turn. All right. All right. Yep, we're going to get into a mess here with these guys. That's going to be just fine. And there you go. Really and truly, that's of no consequence. I'm trying to be sure that I don't lose points gratuitously. Uh, but this is it. And for some reason, he chose not to close, all because of two lousy light cavalry units. That surprises me. But there you go. That's how it's going to work. I don't think these guys can move forward. Oh, they actually can move forward. Well, well, I think I don't want to. Let's call it a turn. Back in a moment. And we're off again. Well, I can't complain about the amount of attention he's paying to my crummy light cavalry. I'll take that. And he's decided to come play. Ta-da! All right. And still, I think no. Yeah, they can't turn and shoot. If they turn and shoot there, they're going to get hit in the flank by those yahoos. So, we'll just go ahead and set ourselves up like that. And over here, light archers, light javelinmen, light archers, light javelinmen. Da 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 da. Oops, wrong guy selected. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Light archers there, light javelinmen there. All this is just trivial. None of this is consequential. And turn. At this point, the only reason to move these guys forward is to give these guys a chance to scooch forward. We are 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 turns before I have to worry about them getting to the top of that hill, which is really what I'm concerned about. Other than that, I'm happy to keep these guys back from all these skirmishing buttheads. Don't think there's really anything left to do. That's about as exciting as it gets right now, with one possible exception. What to do with my cavalry? I'm not so much worried about this flank. So I could either use the cavalry to ride around that away to give him hell on a flank, or go this way to prevent him giving me hell on that flank. He needs to get in deeper before I make that call. I think that's the answer. All right, next turn real quick. And here we go again. Oh, we're all dying. I'm losing track of what's going on here. Oh, okay, they're pounding this guy. Those guys swinging to the It's interesting. Interesting. Did he really file back his javelinman? That's fascinating. That is entirely interesting. Okay, well, let's see. Twitchity. Cavalry's in trouble. I don't feel too bad about it. I got a bunch of his light infantry over here dorking around with me rather than shooting up my mediums. These guys are unhappy. We'll go ahead and get them proceeding with vigor in another direction. It's just not good. Until those guys are disrupted, it's just not good. Yeah, one thing you got to remember is that when you see the available movement, that has to do with where you're standing. So if you move here, suddenly your options change. Now, the other thing to remember is that if you just, here we are getting all pedantic. If you move here and then you move there and you undo, you come back to here. So if you want to test a move like that, you need to be, that's not a test. That means you're going to commit to at least going that far. Yeah, this is not a winning pitch over here. There's, I can shoot those guys 6 to 20, 20, 20, 20 won't be enough to cause a check if we max out. Probably the thing to do is to fall back with these guys too, and then come back if we, let's see, where are they going to end up? If we get our act together. But that's been a losing battle over there. Although it drew those guys that way, so I don't feel too bad about it. Kearns, okay. Da 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 da. Can't shoot no line of fire. These are both archers. Okay, these are all heavy infantry. They're not really gonna much care about shooting. If he goes here, 4 to 14, and those Kearns are worth shooting up, or archers. They may be worth shooting up, but we're not going to get an opportunity to do it. So we'll pound those that's archers. Like javelinmen. And these are all archers over here. No. One archer, one jav. They've done their thing. They have not. 2 to 10. Two. Okay. 2. This is going to get dangerous in here real fast, so we need to be careful where all these lights end up. Shield walls. Archers. And I really wouldn't be heartbroken. Okay, that's not going to work. I really wouldn't be heartbroken if he charged out here with his cavalry right now. I don't think he's going to do it, but it wouldn't be heartbreaking if he did. And they can't get there. And that doesn't help. There does kind of put him into range. Him getting bananas with his cav. If we step forward with the now the only question is, do I step forward now or later? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 2 turns away from being right there. And we could step forward and take position on the hill. We'll just have to see how he plays it. I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason at all for moving the main line right now. He is playing very deliberately, like he's scared I've got something up my sleeve. And in truth, all I've got is crap. I don't know how to stop these guys. It'd be nice if I had mounted Huskarls coming here. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think I'd have done that if I were him. Unless he plans to ride all the way around this way. I guess maybe that's it. Getting caught in here could be really awkward. Yeah. I don't know it, but I got a feeling that maybe my reticence to move has kind of got him cautious. And I don't see any reason to disabuse him of that. So what do you say we call it a turn? See you in a few minutes. Okay, here we go. Things are going to get interesting real soon now. So he's holding back his main line while he works my left. Okay. Could be. Oh, could be. Well, nope, here he comes. Hey, see, this is awkward. Maybe it's just my OCD that makes me want to have this line advancing all together now. But that's neither here nor there. All right. He has moved Carnes, I think, into here. He also had some cavalry, I think. Yeah, there's no taking that back now that we've seen what his cavalry's up to. All right, so we got those guys out of the way. We still have the question of which way my cavalry goes. He may be making that decision for me by riding these guys around this flank. But we aren't there yet. We're a third of the way through the game and we haven't clashed yet. That's actually, I think that's kind of cool. All right. Well, over here, javelins, archers. Oh, these are javelins also. Never mind. 2 to 10. 6 to 20. Shoot. There we go. That's more like it. Javelins, archers. This cavalry is being real. Cavalry's being real careful over here. That's fine. That's fine. These guys are still out of charge reach of the main line. 2 to 14. That will put them in charge reach. Javelins. Well, do I want to get aggressive with my lights for no particular benefit? That's archers, that's archers. 0 to 6. This is just not going to bother this heavy infantry. So we might as well continue to counter those guys. Javelins, those are archers. But they're, well, those are archers. No, not you. And things have just not developed to the point that I am sweating that cavalry. He's got one whole Huscarl, mounted Huscarl unit. And this unit is still my main reserve. These guys are just backing up the line. Somebody gets pushed back, they've got a place to go. Well, I guess we're down to, do I want to do anything with these guys? Like throw them forward and get them creamed. Those archers aren't scary. His horsies are. These guys are gonna da 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 da. Well. Come to here. Shoot, and I think that takes me. I think that does me up. All right, he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 2 turns away if he advances steadily from the slope of this hill. In 2 turns, these guys can be, you know, over in here somewhere. Not too worried about those guys. I think I can deal with them. This is really where it's going to be. He's swinging out here, worrying about me bending him that way, and not, you know, that's realistic. But he's got a second line here, including the berserks. So I don't think that's a big deal. In any case, stand by a few moments. Next turn coming right up. Hey, thanks for watching. If you click on that picture of Very Young Waz, you'll be subscribed so you'll never miss another video. Then click on that bell notification button and please share and comment. See you again soon.